Hi guys, this is Matt, the crypto miner. Thank you very much for joining us today for this very special live. Today we are going to have for the very first time a presentation of Summit Mining, an extended presentation with many question answers. That was your request because you have lots of questions. Summit Mining has been running for 2 years. And while I thought the best thing to do is to answer all these questions in just one very super mega long video. And like that, you will have all answers to all your questions. So just before we start, please try to subscribe if you watch this as a replay. And if you are here present at the moment, I can see that there are a few people connected already. You can just feel free to ask some question in the chat if you have some, if you still have some actually, and I will answer them at the very end. So let's start right now because I think it's going to be a little bit long. So first thing, who is Matt? Who am I? So I've been a trader for 18 years, including 7 years in a bank in Dublin, in Ireland. So I started to trade very early, and then I wanted to become a trader, like professional trader, and to have the stamp. So that's what I did. And on top of that, I'm doing some stock exchange, real estate, and I take over some business creation as well. I do many things related to business. Actually, I really like this thing. But most of all, you understand that I really like all the things related to trading. And in the end, I founded this cryptocurrency mining company, which is called Summit Mining. And if you want to follow me, look, I have some few networks, social networks where you can follow me. So the very first thing is to understand what is cryptocurrency mining. So it's going to be a very short presentation of mining because I made a very long one, like for 1 hour, exactly explaining what is mining. So this one is just a small sum up. You will have the other links in YouTube if you want to check that. Here, it's really to present Summit Mining, the business itself and how it works. So that will be very short introduction to crypto mining. So what is crypto mining? Crypto mining, it consists in the verification of transactions. That's the very first thing that crypto miners are doing. So basically, in Bitcoin industry, in the cryptocurrency industry, you don't have any bank. What does it mean? It means that if you want to send 1 Bitcoin to someone, there's no bank to verify the transaction. But usually, in the traditional banking system, the bank is there. The bank is in the middle to make sure that everything is legit, like there's no problem. So if I have 100 euros or dollars and I want to send them to you by bank transfer, the bank makes sure that I do have these funds on my account and that your account number is correct, that I'm not trying to cheat, that well, basically in one word, that everything is correct. But in a Bitcoin, you don't have this bank. So if I want to send you 1 Bitcoin, there's no bank to check, okay, Matt does have 1 Bitcoin, so it's all good, he can send it. He can send it. So how does it work then? It works that if I want to send you this Bitcoin, the transaction will go through a special computer that is called a miner and that is owned by someone like you and me. It can be anyone. Anyone can buy those machines, those computers. The transaction will be checked and verified, and if it's okay, it will be sent to the transaction will go through, and the Bitcoin will be debited from my account and credited to your account. Okay, so if I want to send you 1 Bitcoin, this verification process is taking place, and then everything is good. So that leads to the second point, which is there in the middle, securization of transactions. So if there's any issue with my transaction, like the transaction will be rejected. And that's why maybe you heard it, but it's not possible to hack the Bitcoin and the blockchain and all this technology which is behind that. That's for this reason. And of course, here I'm not going to go too far into details. And then you have the record of the transaction, and that's this transaction which is recorded in what is called the blockchain. So the blockchain is just like a massive Excel file. You can imagine this like that, and each line would be one line saying, okay, one transaction, one line, one transaction. Okay, Matt sends some crypto to whoever. Okay, and that's the thing, and that's what miners are doing. So it's very simple, and that's something quite interesting there to become a crypto miner. We're gonna see why. So why why is it so interesting, by the way? It's interesting because you take, as a miner, a commission for every single transaction that you verify. I'm simplifying the thing. It's a little bit more complex, but what you just need to remember, that's it. Like every transaction made, you take a commission on it. And of course, everything is automated, huh? So you don't have to verify manually, or so you buy the machines, you plug them, it's all ready, and you just collect funds. So amazing. The problem is that if it was that easy, well, you know the end. Like everyone would be doing that. So it means it's not that easy. And what's not easy there? Well, first you need to buy the proper computers. And this computer, they have some kind of obsolescence. So today they are like amazing, and tomorrow they are not so good because a new model is getting released. It's like a phone, you know, like a phone, a computer is the same thing. They are more and more powerful computers. So you need to pick the one you want. You also need a different computer or machine for every cryptocurrency that is mined. So if you mine Bitcoin or if you mine Zcash or Dash, it's different type of machines. And then you need to find some electricity because those machines, they consume a huge amount of power, of electricity. And then if you just plug that in your apartment and you have expensive electricity in the place where you live, well, that's a big problem because you will end up at some point for sure paying more electricity than you actually collect in fees, which is a big problem. So the solution that we found with Summit Mining is to be united. So what we do, we all gather together and we mine together. So what we do, instead of telling you, okay, buy one machine and good luck with that, we buy on your behalf the machines that we think are the best, because that's our job to know perfectly this market. So we buy the machines with your funds, what we think the best, and we gather them, we put them all together with all the machines of everyone else, okay? All people who previously invested with us, we purchase some machines in the same way with them. And all these machines, they are put together in a mining park, and all the funds are shared all together. So those machines, they collect funds, and at the end of the month, we check, okay, how much we collected all together. Okay, what are the fees to be paid, like maintenance, electricity, and whatever other fees. We make the difference, and the positive difference that we have, we share it with everyone. So the good point here, the amazing thing actually, is that if you have one machine or two or 10 or 20 that are broken, it's not one person like you, for example, you buy the machine and shit, it's broken. It's just in the middle of all other machines. So everyone is continuously mining. So you don't have one lucky guy and one unlucky customer, for example. So everyone has the same thing at the end of the month, the same yield per person. So that's a big, massive difference. Now, it's good to know that, but is it profitable? So I'm not going to go too much into details in this table. On top of that, we will see it a little bit later again. So you can put pause and check the yields month by month. We are in March, end of March 2021. So that's why this table is finishing here for the year 2021. But of course, like we will keep adding in the future all these things, and you can find all this return on investment on Instagram, on our Discord group. We have different places. The only thing you need to see here and understand between the gross and the net return is that we get paid on the kind of success fee. Okay, so when we make money for you, we take a commission on this, and that's our way to get money. So the gross return is what you make. Let's say if we were taking 0% fee, okay? So that's the gross after you paid all the fees, all the things. Like you have the net mined amount, we remove all the fees, electricity, and that's the gross return, okay? And on this gross return, we take 15%, and that makes the net return, okay? That's just the difference. And the cumulated is just the sum of everything your buyer. So it is profitable. So it is profitable because if you check just here the bottom line, basically you can see that in 2019 we made 142% net within the year, and 44% in 2020, and we'll explain later why there's a difference. So, well, amazing return on investment. So the question is like, wow, is it risky? Because how can you make so much money? Like, okay, I need to understand. So the thing is, you have some risk, obviously. Like you cannot make so much money with no risk. That is clear. Whether you are mining or investing in Bitcoin, you see that Bitcoin can go up 20, 30% in one day or crash 40% in one day as well. That's what happened last year, like a big crash. So there are some risk. And the first one is the one I'm explaining, is the market risk. The price can drop, and you can end up making less money than what you have in electricity. And in this case, well, you need to unplug the machines and just wait. But that's the thing as well with our approach. If we have this issue, we will just unplug the machines, and maybe some of the machines that we have will be profitable, you see. So they have different power for computing transaction and everything. So maybe some machines will not be profitable and some machines will be profitable. So that's the good point. And if you are just on by yourself trying to mine, and if you buy one machine which is not profitable, well, you have no choice. You just have to unplug it, because you're not going to pay from your pocket for an unlimited amount of time, or a known amount of time, some electricity, for example. It makes no sense. So the concept is that, okay, you use what you generate as income to pay for the fees. So that's the first thing. The second is the hardware risk. So it's machines, you see. So that's what I'm explaining as well. If you have some machines and they are not profitable, well, you are a little bit screwed. If you have some machines and it burns, or anything happens to it, because they are extremely fragile, they are extremely precise, accurate in terms of technology, like top-notch computers. So extremely fragile. If you have a problem with it, which is happening not all the time, but very often, it can be really tricky, because you will have to ship them back to the maintenance, and you will get them back in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. It's really tricky market. So a bit dangerous to just do mining by yourself. And the last risk, I would say, it's a geopolitical, which means that when you buy some machines like that, you don't really know what government will say. Today they say, yeah, it's fine, come and use our electricity, and then tomorrow maybe they will say, well, look, we change our mind, so you need to remove the machines. So there are some risks like that, and we manage this risk by buying machines and placing them in different locations. Now, what's the pros of using our service? So we manage everything, okay? And everything is shared. So you don't have, what I was explaining, a lucky investor and an unlucky investor. Everyone is lucky or everyone is unlucky. And the same, if the profit is very low, because we take a success fee, we will have a small success fee. So it means we do our best, like, to make as much as we can for you as well. We have unbeatable prices, because we buy in batch. So when we buy 1,000 machines or 2,000 machines at the same time in one shot, well, of course, we can better negotiate than if it's you buying one machine at extremely higher price. The thing is also, you see, the market is booming. So I don't know. The best thing I need to tell you is, like, just invest in crypto. Like, even if it's a small amount, it does not have to be with us. Like, if you don't like the concept of thing, don't invest with us, but invest in crypto. Like, get used to, try to find whatever, but you need to be there, because the boom is actually happening, and that's you can't miss it. It's not you will regret if you miss it. Another interesting point is that we are not doing trading, so we are not trying to predict what's going to happen or whatever. So of course we check the market and take decisions based on what's happening, but we are not like trying to trade. Even if it's my knowledge, my background, that's not the point of this company, and we are not doing cloud mining. And cloud mining, it's very important to understand. Cloud mining, basically, you are renting out the power. Okay, so if you invest, let's say, 2,000 euros with cloud mining, you have a contract of as long as you want, 1, 2, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and at the end of the contracts, you don't own any machine at all. With us, it's extremely important to understand that you own the machines. So we buy the machines with your funds, but you are the owner of those machines. Okay, they are just shared with everyone, which is absolutely fine, but you are the owner. So cloud mining, you are not. So basically, at the end of your contract, you are like screwed, because if you made enough money, well, good for you. And if not, well, bad for you. And they tell you, well, look, that's the rules of the game. So So that's a big problem, cloud mining nowadays. What's interesting as well is that you don't need to be like super well advanced. You don't really need any knowledge at all, actually, to invest with us because we help you with every single step. So there's nothing to worry about that here. We have a community as well. We are here to help. Super good support as well. So nothing to worry there. Renewable electricity, for us, it's important. Those machines, they consume a lot of electricity. So we want to have a good electricity, which is not destroying the planet. So for us, it's important. And we are only searching for this kind of energy. And on top of that, most of the time, it's also cheaper. But even if it was not, well, it would be our, let's say, our decision not to go in such a bad other way. I explained already, we pay ourselves on what you earn. You have a regular income, and we have an amazing community as well, which is there to help you. Okay, a few numbers. Now we have more than 17,000 miners under management. So some of them, they are my own miners. So I invest also in my business. So it's important to know that as well. It's not just, oh, blah, 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 I do this, but myself, I don't invest. So I do put quite a lot of money in there as well. And my machines are shared with everyone. It's not like I don't have a special treatment. Well, I have special treatment. I get 0% of management fees. It's my special treatment because it's my company, but that's it. Okay, so everything else is exactly the same as everyone. Okay, we have more than 1,000 clients. It's almost 2,000 actually today, end of March 2021. And the 2,000 is the minimum amount if you want to join us, 2,000 euros, okay? And the equivalent in dollars, so it would be 2.4 thousand, 2.5 thousand, it depends on the rate, and we take the real rate, so we don't mark up that or take margin on this. Okay, now we're gonna start with the questions. And here we have about 100 of them, so let's stay focused. And if you still have more at the end, like I said, we'll take them at the very end. Just write them in the chat. Don't hesitate. Let's start. So what's the minimum amount to invest? We just saw it. It's 2,000 euros. Why? Because when I started this company, I wanted my friend to be able to generate some income with that. And I didn't want to tell them, okay, start with 100 or 200 euros like any other crypto services, because it makes absolutely no sense. Like if we get for you 5% in the month and you invested 100 euros, well, there's no point at all that we send you 5 euros. And on top of that, we take 15% of this, which makes no sense at all. So I said, okay, 10,000, it's a bit too much. Everyone doesn't have that. 1,000, it's so let's say 2,000. And at that point, at that stage, when we started 2,000, was also the price for 2 or 3 machines. So it was confirming the fact that if one of them breaks, well, at least we still have some other machines. Second question, how many cryptocurrencies are you mining? So at the moment we are mining 5, maybe we are going to mine only 4 soon, rather than 5 again. So it depends on the market, but it's been a few months that we are mining 5 of them. So they are Bitcoin, you see, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash, Zcash, and Ethereum. That's the logo of those cryptocurrencies. Why don't you mine any other cryptocurrency? The reason is because it's difficult to find some good cryptos to mine. So the first thing, we don't know, we don't know, all cryptos cannot be mined. Okay, so if tomorrow you say whatever XRP, which is Ripple, I know it's like makes a lot of noise about this currency. Let's say tomorrow, oh Matt, I want to mine some Ripple. It is not possible because Ripple works in a different way and you cannot mine Ripple, okay? And plenty of cryptocurrencies like that, you are not allowed, not able, it's not allowed, it's not able to mine them at all. So if you can't mine them, well, obviously we cannot mine them. So that's the first thing. Also, if you can mine crypto, so some crypto can be mined, you don't necessarily have the machine for them, because the machine, they're extremely expensive to produce. So it means that when you are a manufacturer, you need to produce like thousands and thousands of them. So it means that you need to have buyers in front of that. And if the crypto is not like so interesting, the manufacturers, they are not going to produce those machines. So you could mine them, but you can't buy the machines for them. So you are, well, basically you are screwed. So there are many factors also. The last one is that the price can go up a lot of the crypto, then drop a lot. So we need to have a certain stability, like to make sure from one month to another that you're not going to make a 1% in 1 month and 20% the month after. Even if the average is around 10, it's not, we need a little bit of stability. Even the crypto market is already very unstable. So we need to control a bit this. What machines do you buy? So here I have some example of machines. You can find them on Discord as well. It's just some machines for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for this, for that. So all of this type of machines. So we buy some very recent ones, some less recent one. It really depends on what is available on the market, because at the moment prices are going up a lot. So it's quite difficult to find some good and interesting machines. So we need to check. But in any case, we always take what we think are the best, and when we think that the machines are too expensive, we just don't buy them and we wait for a better opportunity. So we were also thinking of stopping to have some orders at some point, thinking like, say, okay, Matt, I would like to invest with you. And we would say, well, look, at the moment, prices are too high. We don't want to accept your fund. So it's not yet the case, but it might happen in the more or less near future, because our point is not to buy any machines that we can with your funds and like give a very bad return on investment, because those machines, for example, this Whatmost miner, well, I don't remember the price, but today it's about, well, 2.5 times as high as 3 months ago or 4 months ago. So the price was multiplied by 3 or 4. And I say that because it's the same with all machines. So it's really tricky, and we don't want to buy any the type of machine at any a random price. What's the price of the machine? Well, that's the thing. So it depends on the period of the year. So if the price of crypto is very high, because it's the case at the moment with Bitcoin, then the price of machines is going to go high a lot. Why? Because they are more profitable, and if they are more profitable, the sellers, they are selling the machines for a higher price. It's like real estate. If real estate starts booming, everything goes higher. The yield is higher, and the price of real estate is higher. So that's the same. So the price is ranging at the moment from, let's say, between 1,000 and 15,000, even 30,000. Some machines, they are $30,000. So tricky to buy. If you buy one at 30,000 and it breaks, it's a little bit hard, and that's why we are very careful on what we do. Yeah. Can I buy a Bitcoin machine with you? So you cannot buy a Bitcoin machine with us. We are not selling Bitcoin machines. So the concept of our system is that we invest in the machines, we buy the one we want, and you cannot buy just one for you. So if you want to mine only Bitcoin, it's not possible. If you want to mine only Dash, it is not possible. You mine everything, okay? And we are not selling them because it's not our business to sell machines. It's actually a business we don't like so much. Because, well, the margins are very high, and our point is that everyone gets a bit of money, and not like to screw people on the price of machines. You can't, basically. So can I choose which crypto I want to mine? So I just answered it. No, you cannot choose. What do you do with all machines? We resell them. We resell them because we want to try to keep the park up to date. So when we start having two old machines, we just sell them. An example, S9, it's a kind of a type of machines which was very good 1-2 years ago, and now it's a bit old because there are some machines that are 5, 6, 7 times more powerful. So we just decided to sell them to people who are very happy to buy them. So look, it's the market. Some people buy, some people sell, and if they are happy with those machines, I'm happy for them as well. Is there a contract to sign? Absolutely, yes, yes, yes. So we have a contract, and you must sign a contract and now pass a KYC before we can onboard you. So we need to verify your identity. Well, look, it's important, like to do these things. Yeah. What are the steps to start? Well, so the first step is to contact us. That's the very first thing. So you contact us through our website. It's the best way. This page, contact us. Nothing no, difficult from there. You contact us. You ask us what you want to do. We will send you a contract. Then you pass the KYC, and yes, then you send us the funds. And you send us the funds, and then you will start mining after a while. Do I have to pay installation fees or other fees? No, absolutely not. So in the funds that you send, we use what we need from those funds to pay all the fees, installation, transportation, VAT. What else you have? Like you checking the machines as well, because when we ship the machines, for example, from one place to another, we are checking that they are working fine before sending them, because if we send them and it takes 10 days or 15 days, and then we realize they are not working, well, we need to ship them back, and basically we waste 1 or 2 months. So we check them first, and all these things, fees, they are in they are initial fees, but we manage that, so you don't have to pay anything else. So if the minimum investments that you want to do is 2,000, you don't have anything else to send us. How do I pay for electricity every month? So it's the same. We look after everything. Okay. So it's obviously all transparent. At the moment, the price for electricity on average is 6 cents USD cents, which is very, very, very low. That's an average. And that's what we charge the clients. And we don't send you an invoice saying, okay, look, you need to pay us this amount. No, so we have a massive invoice for electricity. Well, we have few of them because we have machines in different places and countries, but we pay everything based on all the electricity rate. So you don't have to worry about this. How can I send the funds? So there's 2 ways. The first way is with a wire transfer, bank transfer, or with a crypto. Okay. So the thing with wire transfer is that our bank is in France because it's the only one that accepted to open a bank account to a crypto company. So the thing is, they only accept SEPA payments. SEPA payments, it's a norm within Europe. So if you are not based in Europe and you want to send some funds, we need to discuss together to see how to do that. And the second option, if you really, really can, is to send crypto, and we will help you. And maybe if you're a little bit late for the order, we will manage together. But yeah, it's not very, very convenient if you are not in Europe, but the banks, they are not here really to help us take their business. So can understand as well. Can I pay in crypto? Yes, that's what I was just explaining. You can pay in any crypto you want. Well, the best being USDT or a stable coin like that. We don't have to worry what's going to be the price, because, for example, if you say, okay, I want to send Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin, to make it simple, 1 Bitcoin, you send. When you send, it was $50,000, okay? And when we receive it, the price drop, and it's actually $40,000. So we will consider that we receive 40,000 and not 50,000, because it's not our fault if it took so much time. It's maybe not really your fault, but it's a bit more yours than ours in this case, because you have to pay the fees, and these fees that actually go to the miners. And if you want to pay the minimum fees, what's going to happen is that maybe your transaction is going to spend 1 week to arrive to land on our crypto account. And of course, it's not us who should who should pay for the difference. So well, anyway, that's why we prefer if you send USDT, because if you send some USDT, which is some crypto dollars, you send it, the price is not going to change. Okay, if it changed by $1 or 2, we're not going to bother with that. But with other crypto, it's a bit tricky. So the best would be to transfer to convert Bitcoin to USDT and then send us that. But that's another story. Are credit cards accepted? No, because credit cards they take a lot of fees, and we don't want to charge you on those fees, so we don't accept them. Can I borrow some funds with the bank and invest with you? Well, technically you can, but it's not really a good idea. You know, I was explaining there are some risks, and we don't know. We, of course, we do our best to minimize those risks, but we don't know what can happen. Okay, many things can happen, and if you borrow some funds like that with the bank and invest, it's not really a good idea if there's some problems. Why is the performance different every month? So we can see here again this table of performance. It depends on the price of cryptocurrencies, because if the price, the thing is that we mine some cryptocurrencies. Okay, so it means we get the fees in cryptocurrencies. So if the price of cryptocurrency goes up, well, the fee that we collect is worth more. Okay. And when we have to pay the electricity invoice, it means we need less of this crypto that we mine to pay the fee, okay, the electricity fee. So we need less of it, and on top of that, it's worth more. So it's amazing because it means we have a bigger return on investment. And the opposite is also true. So if we mine some Bitcoin and the price goes down, 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 we will need more of this crypto that we mine in order to pay for the bill, because the bill is always the same. Like if for example, it's $10,000, it doesn't matter if Bitcoin is $50,000 or 100,000 or $1 million, the bill will be the same every month, so $10,000. So depending on the price of the crypto itself, when we want to exchange it against dollar to pay the bill, well, depending on this price, we will have more or less Bitcoin left in our pocket and in your pocket at the end of the month. And that's why every month you have a different yield. Can I have an example of a yield calculation if I invest $10,000? So yes, you can. So let's take well any month. Let's say well one at the top, for example. This one, January 2020, 4.41% gross return. So it means after paying all fees, you mine $441 if you invested $10,000 or euros, doesn't matter. And we take our fees, and on these fees, then you have 375 left. So we take the difference, which is the 15% management fee. So that's so your yield is 3.75%, which is 375 euros if you invested 10,000 euros. It's very, very simple. And it's the same if you invested 100,000. Okay, if you invest 10 times more, well, the return on investment is the same, but you get like instead of 375 euros, 3,750 euros. It's just a multiple of 10 in this case. So how is the return calculated? So the return is calculated on the last day of the month. So that's what we write here actually. It's calculated over a entire calendar month of mining. So we check what's the price of crypto at the end of the month. We consider that all cryptos that you mine, we sell them at the very, very last day of the month at midnight, and we check how much we would have collected in euros or in dollars by doing this, and that's the yield. Okay, that's how we calculate. And of course, if you when we pay you in crypto, and if you don't sell this crypto and the price keeps going up, well, this example of 375, you see, it was in January 2020, so it was a good thing that I take this example. But if you didn't sell, the price was around $10,000 for one Bitcoin in January 2020. And today it's about 50,000, okay? So this 3.75 return on investment that you made, it's become today 5 times as much, okay? So it's around 16, 17% today if you didn't sell. It became a posteriori this amount. So that can be just a massive return on investment. Is it 100% guaranteed? Not at all. It's not 100% guaranteed because we don't know what's going to happen on Bitcoin. If there's a big crash or if there's like old machine break or whatever catastrophe happens, we don't guarantee anything at all. And that's important as well. Like there are some services that guarantee you like whatever, the moon and everything. We don't guarantee anything. We do our best, but we cannot guarantee, even from a contractual point of view. It's impossible to guarantee anything in cryptocurrencies. I don't know how others do, but to me, it doesn't sound impossible at all. Can you guarantee me a certain amount of crypto mined per month? So exact same thing. We cannot guarantee a percentage because we cannot guarantee the amount of crypto mined per month. So the answer is no. Does profitability depend on the amount invested? No, it does not. So I explained you that if you invest 100,000 and you have 3.75%, you will have the same profitability as if you invest 10,000 euros, because everything is shared, and everything is shared with a pro rata basis on how much you invest. So if you invest 10 times more, you have the same yield, but of course you collect 10 times more, but the yield remains the same. Why was the return 142% in 19 and 44% in 20? So again, this table, now you know it. The reason is, you can see it was a very high return on investment on the first 6 or 7 months of 2019. And the reason is because the price of crypto went up, like a lot, and extremely quickly. And we were mining some funds, but there were not so many miners, because the miners, they were not willing to invest at that time, because they were not so active in mining. It was not extremely profitable compared with some different things for them, so they didn't want to mine. So we were mining, and we were benefiting from this, because mining, you need to understand that all these fees, they are shared with all miners in the world. Okay, so we have things that are shared within Summit Mining, and all the fees that are collected by all miners, they are shared with everyone. So you kind of have all these transactions to verify, which is like a bigger pie, and the more miners trying to verify those transactions, the less of the pie you have. And at that time, you had a huge pie, but not so many people to eat the pie. So we were making a lot of money in few months. And then the price started to drop of crypto, and well, we were making less, basically. And then beginning of 2020, it was the same until August, September, when the price started to go up again. So that's why it's very, very dependent on the Bitcoin price or cryptocurrency market price in general. When and how do I receive my funds? So every first of the month, we send you a mining report, which is saying you, okay, you mined this amount of cryptocurrencies, and read this. We will go later about it. And 4 days later, we send you the funds. Okay, we have different options. And to make it short, the first option is to reinvest everything in the next order, so we don't send you anything at all. The second option is we send you everything in Bitcoin or everything in USDT. Yeah, so that's basically the three options. Yeah, that's the three options. So you decide which one you prefer. And well, we have another options. It's we send you everything. Okay, we send you the 5 crypto that we mine. Okay, so you decide the one you prefer. You tell us, and we will do accordingly. So if you want only Bitcoin, there's an option to send you only Bitcoin, for example. And the payments, they are every 5th of the month. How long does it take to recover your investment? So it comes back to what I was explaining. It really depends. So if you hold your cryptos that you mine, like you could have done in January 20, or if you sell them right away, it's very different. Because if you sell them right away, okay, you secure your investment, and you know that okay, you made this amount of money. For example, this 375 euros. But if you keep them and the price goes up by 5 times over just 1 month, 1 month of yield, then you can, month after month, you can make a massive amount of money, and you can recover your investments. It's just 3 months, basically, you see. But again, we don't want to promise, because we don't know if you are going to keep your funds, if you are going to keep what we send you, if you are going to reinvest, or if the price of crypto is going to go up or down. So it's very, very difficult to just answer this question like that. It really depends on your behavior with the funds we send you. Do I have to pay taxes on profits? So most of the time, yes, and you need to check with your local tax office or government or whatever. What's the policy about this? When do you place machine orders? So we place machine orders only once per month at the middle of the month. So we need your funds to be received by that time. We place the order, and they are installed a few days later, and that's when you start mining. So when are the machines installed? When do I start mining? The machines, so because we buy them in the middle of the month, they take 2, 3, 4 weeks sometimes to be shipped and installed. So that's when you start mining. But now contractually, we are going to change something. It's already in place, but not contractually. So but it doesn't really matter. We already do that. And what is it? That we do? If you invest with us, for example, in April, so that's going to be the next order, mid-April. In the worst case scenario, you will start mining from the 10 of the following months, even if the machines, they are lost somewhere. That prevents you to start mining 2, 3, 4, 5 months later, the same as you would do if you that will happen like this. If you just invest by yourself buying a machine, and the machine is delayed for whatever reason, that happens all the time, and well, you just pay and you mine nothing because your machines, they are somewhere. What happens if I miss the date of the monthly order? Well, you miss the order, and you must be switched to the next order. So depending on your situation, we can check together. Well, not with me, but with my team, and we'll see what we can do. But like the rule is that, okay, you miss the deadline up, you go to the next order. So basically, you waste 1 month of mining. What is the contract length? It's 6 months. So 6 months, and it's automatically renewed. So after 6 months, you do not have to send money again. You do whatever you want. Why it's like that? Because we have a certain time, because we don't want you to send money and the day after or 1 month later, oh, finally, I need my money back, because there's a big logistics part in the background, and we don't want you to send money and then change your mind and then send again and again. Also 6 months, then it's renewable for 6 more months, etc., etc. And you don't have to send money again, because we bought some machines with your funds, because we bought them, they are your machines, so you don't have to pay again to still own your machine. But of course, you can send us some money again if you want, even in between, to reinvest if you want to send more funds. Do I necessarily have to reinvest at the end of the contract? So no. In the event of early termination, are there any fee to pay? At the moment, there's none, but we will put something in place, yes, because there are some people that are a little bit abusing with that, and that's bad for the whole community. Like what I was explaining, I want to invest, I want to stop, I want to invest, I want to stop, or I send 10,000 and then I withdraw 5,000 after 2 months or 3 months. That's not good. Okay, we don't want to prevent you to withdraw your funds, of course, and that's why we'll put it contractually. You can do it every whatever, but you understand that it's just too difficult. It's like if you want to buy some real estate, you buy, and the day after, well, no, I don't want to buy, or I need my money back. I understand that you have fees and stuff, and it's not that simple. So it's exactly the same for us. Do I own the mining machine? Yes, absolutely. And that's the big point of Summit Mining. You own the machines, and we do everything for you, exactly like if it was you managing the machines, but with our expertise from which you benefit. What is an MPT, mining park token? So the MPT is the let's say it's a kind of share that we invented to spread the profits. Okay, so if you invest 10,000 euros, you receive 10,000 MPT, and the sum of all MPTs is the sum of all funds that we gathered and we collected. And we know that a person who gets 10,000 MPTs will receive twice as much as someone who owns 5. And the sum of all this MPT will represent the sum of everything as well, which is mine. So it's just a way to share the profits at the end of the month, basically based on how much you invested. If I want to invest again, will the MPT be added to the previous one? Yes, absolutely. So in this case, again, of this example we took with 10,000 euros, if you mine over the month 375 euros, you will receive 375 MPT more, okay? If you issue MPTs as things progress, my percentage decreases. Yes, absolutely. So you still have the same number of MPTs, but there's more and more and more and more in the park. So you can think, yeah, but if there's more, so I have less of everything. Yeah, well, you have less of everything, but this everything goes more and more, because if there's more MPT, it means there's more machines. So there's more profits that is generated every month. So you don't reduce your yield because there are more machines. If we were just putting more people with more MPT but not buying any machines, well, yes, there would be a problem. So it's not it doesn't make any difference in any case. What matters is how many MPTs you have, and not the actual percentage. Well, actually, when I started mining, I was starting mining just for myself. I was mining for myself, and then I brought my machines, let's say, to the mining park. So I own 100% of the mining park. Now I own, I don't even know how much I own, and I don't care, because it doesn't matter if it's 1 to 10% or 0.05. What matters is, okay, how much I invest and what is going to be the yield based on this. Next question, if I want to resell my MPTs, how is the secondary market organized? So at the moment we are in the middle to check, okay, what's the value of your MPT? So the MPT can go up and down in value because we buy some machines, they might have some obsolescence, they might have some problems. Let's take an example that the market crashes. The price of machine is going down. No one wants to buy any machine. They are trying to sell as much as they can in machines. So if we want to also sell the machines to refund you the value of your MPT, maybe this value will be 50% only. So you will get back 50% of your $10,000 or euros investment. So these MPTs represent the value of the park, okay, the value of the machines. There's also the fees included in this. Do you remember when we paid some fees for VAT, installation, shipping, and all these things? That's taken also into consideration in the valuation of the MPT. So all this, we need to figure out the day you want to sell your MPT and withdraw your funds. Okay, what's the value of the MPT? So you had 10,000 MPTs worth €1 when you invested. Maybe now you have 10,000 MPTs that are worth 0.8 euros per MPT, which means you will get back $8,000. So that's the way it works, which is exactly like a share or a stock that you would buy on the market. And we are in the middle to prevent people from buying, selling shares or MPTs between each other. Because it's creating some small tension. I'm not gonna go through that right now, but yeah, we organize this secondary market if you want to get back your funds. Why can't I find your MPT on CoinMarketCap? Because it's not a crypto token, okay? It's just internal. It's just for us to consider, okay, how much you invested, how much you get, and how do we share the profit. That's it. So that's why you can't buy it on a trading platform. You can't exchange it there. It's not a token. Maybe we will make it a token in a few months or years. We're thinking about it, but at the moment, the point is not to speculate on this. Can I reinvest at any time? Yes, absolutely. You can resend some funds anytime you want. You don't need to wait for the end of the contract, and the minimum is 100 euros. Okay, so even if you invested 2,000 and you generated of commission 50 euros, the equivalent of 50 euros in Bitcoin, you can reinvest those in MPT at the end of the month. It's one of the payment options, which is okay. I reinvest everything I mine, but if you talk about like let's say fresh funds, you can do from 100 euros, okay, only, because you already have a minimum of 2,000, so it makes sense to have 2,100 and not just 100. Do you accept investors located outside the European Union? Yes, absolutely. You just need to be in a country which does not have any, let's say, what it's called, restriction. Yeah. Is it possible to open a joint account? Yes, absolutely. You can open a joint account. It's not a problem at all. If you do that, both owners of the account will have the exact same rights. Is it possible to open an account for my minor child or children? Yes, absolutely. You can open for your children if you want. Yes, and you will be the one managing the account, obviously, because if your children they are 2 or 3 years old, obviously they won't manage the account by themselves. Can we invest with a company? Yes, you can, and it's actually a good thing because if you do that, you can pass the investment as a kind of charge because you can do some amortization. So the people who own some company probably know how it works, and it will go again the profits, and you can decrease your level of tax. So it's a very good thing to invest with a company actually. Is there any advantage to invest in a society? So it's not society, it's company, of course, the world. So yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I was explaining. You can have some significant advantages because in the end we buy some physical machines. Okay, it's not I don't know what investment. We do buy some machines. Do we have to go through a KYC, KYB? Yes, so KYC is know your client and KYB know your business, know your customer, sorry, and know your business. And yes, it's important, like in terms of money laundering and to know who is doing what. We want we want to be clean on everything, on the funds that we receive and everything. So yes, it is important to go through this. Anyway, it's a regulation that goes over and over now, so that there's no. I think there's not much choice than going through that. Can we access your list of suppliers? Well, obviously not. We spent years and years building it, so we can't we can't access it. I think it's well, it is a little bit obvious, but well, thank you for asking anyway. Can we access your accounts? So it's a little bit the same. It's confidential. We are not a public company. We are not a traded company, so we don't have any obligations to do that. And the amount of money we make or don't make, and our costs and everything, I think it's extremely confidential. So there's no reason we share our accounts with you. How does Summit Mining get money? So, well, we get money through those commissions that we take on you, and then we have some partnerships here and there to have a little bit more something. What type of electricity do you use? We discussed it around the beginning. We use some green electricity because it's important to us to use this kind of electricity. And the green electricity is available in a large quantity, especially in China or in Russia, because you have hydropower. So most of our electricity, well, not most, almost all the electricity that we use is hydropower because it's cheaper, it's green, and if you don't use it, it's just going to be wasting. Okay, so the electricity, the way it works with hydropower is that you have a lake with the water, and when the lake is full, basically you need to release this water, and that's when it starts producing electricity. So you can't just wait that the lake overflows. So you need to release some water at some point, And when you have the rain season, for example, in China, you have so much electricity that they just give it to every miner. Okay, so that's why we can have this electricity as well as a good price. But now there's a high competition with all miners who want to use this electricity and in China and everywhere. So it's getting difficult now as well to get some electricity. That's a photo actually of this type of dams where we went to China when we went there. I went there with one of my business partner, Tatiana, who is in charge of finding these sites. Basically, she's the COO of the company, so she's the one finding the deals with the companies, finding the machines, finding the electricity. And we went there. We wanted to see with our own eyes that everything is fine, even if we were working with those guys for long. Like it was important, even for relationship, like to go there, have a talk, drink some tea, lots of tea, like continuously tea. So if you're a tea lover, it's amazing. Yeah, so that's some of the photos here. Good question about electricity. I almost have some free electricity. Should I start mining? Well, the thing is that even if you have not so expensive electricity, you will still have the problems of, you will have many problems. The first one is what's going to be the price of the machine and what happens if you receive it and the machine doesn't work after 1, 2, 3 months. So if you want to limit this impact, you need to buy many machines. It's like real estate. If you buy one apartment to rent it out and you have a bad tenant, you're screwed. If you buy 10 apartments, of course, it's 10 times more expensive. But if only one apartment has a bad tenant, well, it's fine. It's not amazing, but it's better because you still have the funds from the other apartment. It's the same with the mining machines. If you buy some machines and they don't work, well, you are screwed. Also, you need to see how many machines you can plug where you are based if you have kind of free electricity. Because one machine is between 3,000 and 4,000 watts, okay? So it's massive. Just one machine, it's almost the consumption of the whole household where you live, basically, and it's 24/7. So it's massive. So buying one machine is fine, but buying 10, for example, I'm not too sure that the electric meter will follow, and the electric company will not allow that. So I don't know how you can do that and how free is your electricity and in what quantity, but that's something also important. Then maybe last thing you need to think about is well, two more things I would say. One is the security, because you want to make sure that when you come back, your machines, they are still there and no one came by to steal them. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, and the last one would be the internet connection, because those machines, they are connected on internet, and you need like a serious connection. So you cannot just use a small modem, because if you plug 10 machines, it means you need like the special equipment, the switch and everything, like to have all these machines connected on the internet. And generally, it's not always a rule, but free electricity is most of the time in mountain regions, and the internet there is quite bad. So that's why it's extremely tricky to mine like that. But if all ingredients are there, well, yeah, you can try. But again, if you have new machines that are released soon, what you're gonna do? You will have to sell them. Tricky, huh? Very difficult, very difficult. And that's why summit mining was born, actually, because it's just too difficult when you are alone, even if electricity is cheap. Really tricky, but yeah, you can give it a try if you like the risk. Next question: is it a good idea to mine in Europe? Good idea. I don't know if it's a good idea. The thing is that electricity in Europe is very expensive. You have a lot of tax as well to import the machine and the VAT, basically. And because of that, it is already a huge part of the profit that just goes in smoke. So not, I don't know, not a good idea. We don't have any machines in Europe. Now we are putting some in Norway. The thing is, like with Norway, we are sending lots and lots and lots and lots of machines. So they reduce the price for us for electricity. We still have to pay the VAT, but we are setting a company there and in Iceland as well, like in order to get back the VAT later, which will go back to you. Obviously, it's not a VAT that we will keep in our pocket. But in the meantime, it's huge, huge prices. So Europe, tricky. And the same as well, like in Europe, the price of maintenance is quite high, like the technician, I mean. So obviously it has to be paid by someone, and this someone is the miner, basically. So it's you. So if we mine in Europe, of course, it's not the same salary for a technician that if it's in Russia or in China. And all these costs all together, plus shipping, plus, it's lots of pluses, let's say, to make it really interesting. So that's why no one is mining in Europe, basically. Would you be interested in buying machines that I have at home? Not at all, unless you have hundreds of them. We tried in the past to do that, to buy some, it was graphics cards from one of our clients, actually. The thing is that usually we buy in large or huge quantities. And if you have like 2 machines or 10 machines, so we are not interested at all in buying that, because it's going to take the same amount of time for us to manage this. Then you need to ship them somewhere. It's extremely complicated, and with this client that we have, everything went wrong. Not because of him, but we had a problem with the custom, problem with this, problem. Why? Nightmare. So I don't know. We don't want to do that any longer. So if you have 100, 200, 500 machines, okay, but I don't think you have that at home. But if you have 1, 2, 5, 10, even 20, we are not interested. Too much trouble for nothing at all in the end. How much money do you recommend me to invest? That's a good question. Well, I would say you need to invest some funds that you're confident with. Not confident to lose. I hate when people say that. I'm not confident to lose any money, okay? But there are some funds I'm confident to use and for some investment, and some I think, okay, it's too much. The first is you need to be to test the service, okay? You need to see if you like the service or not. So in this case, you can spend just the minimum amount and see later after 1, 2, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, to put maybe more. So that's the first thing. There's no rush. Bitcoin will still be there tomorrow. So do something you are confident with. And of course, if you expect to spend 100,000 euros or 200,000 to invest with us, doesn't make much sense to start with 2,000, you see. So it has to be relevant as well based on how much you want to invest. So if you want to invest 100,000, start with 10, 15 or 20 and send the rest later if you don't want to spend everything right away. But if you start with 2,000, it doesn't make make more sense, of course. But yeah, do something that you're okay with, and you're not be like, whoa, wow, what did they do? What's the stress? And that's what happens with the guys trading. By the way, they trade, they put any amount of money, and then they lose everything in 1 month because they send too much. Of course, it's very different what we do. You can't just lose everything in 1 month. It's not at all the way it works. But still, it has you have to be confident with that. Okay, next. Is it better to invest 10,000 on the first month or 2,000 per month over 5 months? Yes, which is the same. At the end, it's 10,000. The thing is, well, again, it depends if you are confident or not with it. If you are confident, or you say, okay, yes, I think this model is very interesting, this investment model, and I want to go for it, then you better put 10,000 right now, because you will start mining with 10,000 right now, because it's like real estate. Again, I like to compare with real estate because I do invest there, so I know very well the concept as well. And the thing is that with if you it's like if you will say, okay, should I buy one apartment, five, if I have the budget, should I buy 5 apartments right now, or one every year over 5 years? Well, if you buy 5 apartments right now, you can start getting the rents straight away. So if you do have the funds, well, start everything, put everything right now, because the earlier you start making incomes with your apartments, the better it is. If, of course, you want to learn about real estate, or you don't have the funds, well, of course, you do it over a longer period. And it's exactly the same with us. Next, how can I resell the cryptocurrencies that I mine? So you can resell them using different trading platforms. There are plenty of them: Kraken, Bitfinex, Binance, like Bittrex, different platforms. And of course, we are there to help you to take one, or to open one, or to, well, we are here to help in any case. Yeah. Do you have a Telegram type news group? No, we don't have. Well, we used to have Telegram at the very beginning, but Telegram, the thing is that we had only one channel, which was the main channel, and everyone was chatting there, and it was very, very difficult to find any information. We call a Telegram like a snack chat, because if you are not there right now to consume what is written, it goes. It becomes a huge mess. So we moved to Discord, and Discord is this platform here. You can see it. So we have quite some people now, and you have different channels, as you can see, and each channel is one topic. So there are some channels you can chat, some channels you cannot chat, and based on that, it keeps the thing very clean. And then you have also, you can see at the very bottom, a private space, and the private space is only for investors. Okay, so if you are not an investor, if you didn't send us the funds yet, you don't have any access to this section. Knowing that on top of that, here every Wednesday we make a live, and I think there's a question about it, so we'll see a little bit later. But here it's a perfect place, like, to learn things, to discover different things. It's a good yes, if you are a beginner or even advanced, like a very good place. And we add more and more channels as people discuss. So, for example, you can see here in the public space that we have general chat, trading, tax, and competition. And we also have the same in French. In the French channel, we have more channels. We have about NFT, about well, I don't remember, but we have maybe 3, 4, or 5 more channels, because it's much more active. In this channel, there's about 300 people in English. So please subscribe, please join our Discord channel to have more activity. But on the French one, we are more than 3,000. So of course, more discussions as well. Okay, next, do you offer Masternodes or staking? No, we don't, because it's different business. Our competitors, they do that. They do that super well, but don't know. It's for us, it's not something that we find very interesting. Very risky. Can have huge return on investment, but not so much control, I would say. So we don't want to do that. We are really specialists in mining, and we are only doing mining. So what's the best, actually? Trading, holding, farming, NFT, mining. So trading, the thing is that you must be a trader. Okay, if you are not a trader, don't hope to make money. Of course, if you buy now and everything goes up, you will feel like you're an amazing trader. But a trader, it's over the long time. Okay, it's over a long time. it's too difficult to become a trader. It takes years and years and years. And the problem with trading is that you see all these ads, all these amazing courses and stuff that teach you how to become a trader in few weeks or days. I don't really trust that. You have some good courses that teach you how to become a trader, so you can follow them, and if it's a good course, and then you might manage to become a trader at some point. But the thing is, it's extremely difficult psychologically in trading, and that's why most of people, not most, like almost everyone, loses money with that, because when it goes up, well, you don't sell, or if you sell, well, I'm not going to go too much in details here, but trading, you must be a trader. Holding, what it is, holding is that you buy and you wait, okay, and this can be a good strategy on the long term. It's like stocks, okay. So you have the stock trader who buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and at the end of the year, not too sure if you really made money or not. Or you hold, you buy, you hold, and you wait 1 year, 6 years, 10 years, 20 years, and that can be a good strategy. Then you have farming. Farming, what it is, it's to lend your funds. You get some funds that you can lend to someone else, and the money you collect, you lend it to someone. So it's something, it's not really new in crypto, but it's thing is it's a bit wild. It's a bit wild because you are not too sure what you borrow or to whom you lend, how you get back the money. There are many hacks because the yields are increasing incredibly amazing, much higher than with Summit mining, but the risk they are also much higher. I don't know. Well, of course you can try everything. It's good to try it, but dangerous, a little bit dangerous. Then NFT, it's those new things that it's collectibles, basically. It's collectibles, but on the blockchain, so crypto collectibles. So you can buy like some pieces of art virtually, and like a piece of art which is not virtual, like I don't know, a painting or whatever, it can go up or down in value. So it's a speculative investment. Well, I think every investment is speculative, but this one is a super speculative because it's a bit hard to know what's the value of something which is virtual. But when you think of it like a painting, like even if it's not virtual, like what value you give it? You give it the value that you want to give it. I was watching a documentary yesterday with what is called auction, and there's a guy who bought the socks of Napoleon for 10,000 euros. So whether they are like that was funny. I don't know whether they are like physical or virtual. Doesn't make any difference if you give it value. Well, so that's NFT. Basically, it's collectibles. You can make money there, but it's not a passive investment. And mining is a passive investment. So you invest, and every month, if things goes the way they are supposed to go, you get a passive income. And the other ones, they are, I would say, more related of hope or capital gain, because holding, it's the same. You buy, but at some point you need to sell, you see. So you need to take the decision. Mining, you keep receiving, you keep receiving, you keep receiving. Well, anyway, next question. I don't understand the difference between your service and cloud mining. So I explained a little bit at the beginning. So cloud mining, to make it short, you rent out some machines, okay? So they don't belong to you. So you spend, for example, and I use the word spend for a good reason. You spend 10,000 euros in a contract, and at the end of the contract, you own nothing at all. So you hope that what you collected thanks to this rent of mining machines has paid off what you spent in your contract. And it's not necessarily the case. And most of the time in the past, it's not been the case. And that's why people are a bit pissed off with the cloud mining. And with mining in general, because this cloud mining brought a very, very bad image of mining. Well, mining is difficult, and that's why we bring something new, because you own the machine, and because you own the machines, even if after 6 months you didn't get back your funds, which would mean you make 100% return on investment in 6 months, which is possible, but you understand that most of the time you're not gonna make it. You just need to think like that. But people who don't have a big financial education, they don't really know that. So they read, they say, oh, look, it looks amazing, it's easy. And at the end of the contract, they say, oh, well, look, I didn't get enough. So that's why I don't like it too much. And on top of that, now it's maybe not as much as before, but they are not really transparent with this kind of thing. So next question. Is there a dashboard or any other system for tracking our investments? Yes, absolutely. It looks like this. It's a Summit Mining dashboard. This one is my personal dashboard. Okay, so as an investor myself of Summit Mining, you can see that today I invested $300,000 exactly. I will put more in the coming months. I have 0% management fee, and from now on, before I was not doing that because I was using the funds to pay salaries and stuff, but from this month I will start reinvesting automatically, you see, and the monthly payment will be in MPT, which is the, let's say, a Summit crypto mining crypto, but it's just a way to show. And that's today. And well, basically you have this, and you will have some options released next week to manage by yourself the way you want to be paid, to add your wallets and everything. So you can see that you can move the tiles here and there. You can see how many machines we have, what type of machines, what we mine. So if you remember, I was saying that maybe we will stop mining one of the crypto, because you see Dash is only at the moment 1% of what we mine. And if the more people we have, the more we need to share this Dash that is mined with everyone. And we will end up sending you $2 or $3 in Dash, which makes absolutely no sense. So we are considering selling those machines because we are not able to buy new machines. And that's the thing as well. Those machines are not amazing. They work, but they are not like extraordinary. And the company that is making them, we don't really know what they do. They don't want to make any maintenance on them, so we need to find some different ways to fix them. So it's not really convenient, and we cannot buy more of these machines because no one is selling them. The seller, the manufacturer is not producing them any longer. So that's why we only have 1% of it. So quite difficult, and we need to to take a decision on this. Next question, do I get a monthly recap of what I earn? Yes, absolutely. So every first of the month, we send you a mining report like this, okay? So you see it has quite a lot of pages. So that's the first and second pages, of course. And that's for February. And we see plenty of information. And this, this file is unique for each investor, because you can see it's on the page details and results. Okay, so page 5 and 6 or 4 and 5. You have your own result for your investment. And it looks a little bit like that, you see. So if you put 10,000 euros, you will see something like this. So it's you see it takes a bit the style of the dashboard and everything. And we have a market update that I'm making every month as well, and where I explain where we are and what we can expect next. Okay, and well, most of the time it's quite accurate. So. Sometimes even very accurate, so it's interesting to see what can be done. And you have that every month. On how many sites or countries are the machines located there? So they are located on. Now we have I think 14 sites over 5 or 6 countries. There's a map here. You see, so we have some machines in the US, in Canada, in Norway, in Russia, and in China, five countries. So 5 countries, and we are going to open Iceland very, very soon. And that's the mining site that we have now over those countries. Like that, if you have a power outage in one of those sites, well, we still have the other sites to mine basically. And there are different countries we are checking, like to open some farms there, or to place just some machines. For us, it's important to have different places like that. The point is to maximize the profits, but to minimize as well the risks. And if we have to choose, well, we choose to have less risk than more profits. Why don't you have any miners in Iceland? Because Iceland is a bit tricky, huge VAT. So we have a company there that we've opened now, and we will be able to claim back the VAT. Electricity is not so cheap there, so we are considering. Are you the owner of the mining sites? So no, we are not the owners at the moment, but we are planning to have, let's say, a V2, version 2 of Summit Mining. And in this version 2, what we would do is we will purchase some mining sites with your funds, and you will be the owner of the mining sites as well. So instead of putting all the risk on the machines, we would put a bit of the risk as well in terms of diversification on the mining sites as well. And the mining sites, they run by themselves, which means that they have a different business model. They get some funds, some money based on the margin or the markup on electricity. So for example, the mining site would get some electricity at 3 cents, dollar cents, and would sell it to us, resell it at 6 cents. So they marge 3 cents on it. It's just an example, but if we go into this direction, then this profit will be shared with everyone. So instead of just buying more machines, we would benefit from this action as well, which can be quite interesting. Are you planning to open any new mining farms? So yes, you could see on the map, I show you again the map. There are different places where we are planning to open. Not planning, not necessarily planning to open. We are considering, we are checking, discussing with different places, the conditions and blah, blah, blah. So at the moment, it's just on the way. And we just opened this month actually 2 new countries, which are Canada and Norway. So so far we had only 3, and now we have 5 countries. Would it be possible to visit a mining farm? So no, it's not possible, unfortunately, to visit a mining farm, because first, the location, they are secret, and second, it's extremely confidential and secure. So you cannot just go like that, like in a windmill, and look, I want to go. Even for us, it's difficult. Of course, we invest lots and lots of money, so the guys, they trust us, but it's not simple. So we can share some photos and videos when we are there or anything, but it's not really a touristic attraction. You need to understand that it's high confidentiality business. Do you have some picture of mining farms to share? Yes, absolutely. So you can see a few of them here. We put more in Discord, so that's why I also recommend you and invite you to join Discord. And on what is called Instagram, we post more photos as well in the mining reports from time to time as well. The monthly mining report, we have some photos. So yes, we have some photos. We're going to put more photos of the team as well on our website or everywhere. So. Some more photos here of mining farms. So ventilations, you can see it's a serious thing. Next, if the most profitable is China, why not leave all the machines in China? The reason is because, well, geopolitical reason. What happens if tomorrow China says, okay, look, all business of mining is forbidden. At the moment, it's tolerated. It's allowed. I would even say, like I would maybe 2 years ago, it was prohibited, but then they canceled this restriction. So they have a blacklist, okay, of all industries that are prohibited. And this list contains about 450 items. And crypto mining was one of them. And in October or November 19, they just decided to remove this, okay? So they removed this line from this file. So now it is allowed. Okay, what from time to time you may read or hear about China that is prohibiting mining. It is not true. Okay, it is not true. Maybe one day it will, but at the moment it's not true. What is true is that they prohibit mining with not sustainable electricity. So all the thing which is charcoal, gas, or not gas, no, it's charcoal basically. Charcoal, they say, okay, look, it's forbidden. That's it, because it's destroying the planet, and they don't want to have this bad image. But hydropower is actually promoted there. It's promoted because they are building massive dams and hydropower stations for the development of rural regions, like in the middle of the mountain. But at the moment, there's nothing around. There's no village, there's no city, there's nothing at all. You just have the dam there. And the thing with the miners, it allows them to prepare an expansion plan for in case of China, I mean. So they build a thing, and they know there will be some miners who will be happy to use this electricity. So miners, they will pay for the dam, basically for the construction of the hydropower station, and like that, China don't need to borrow some funds here or there. You see, so it's a good win-win situation there. Of course, they can change. We don't know, and because we don't know, we don't want to put all the machines there because just a question of risk. But yes, the most profitable is China. Next question, is it possible that we get back less than our initial investment? Yes, so we explained it a little bit before. Depending on the value of the mining park token when you invest, then it is possible that you get less, because if the price is crashing, well, we will need to sell some machines to give you back some funds. And if the machines they are worth twice as less, well, of course you will get less money. It's like if you buy some Bitcoin today at 50,000 and tomorrow it drops to 10,000. Are you going to get less if you are selling it? Well, yes, of course. But again, we are not forcing anyone to leave. The thing is that that's actually when the prices are crashing. Same with Bitcoin, same with any investment, that it's interesting to buy, because last year in March, April, the prices were very, very low. And that's where we made the best investments, because we bought a lot of machines at cheap price because everyone was selling them. So it's better to actually invest more when it drops than just thinking, "Oh, it's the end of the world. I should leave." Can I withdraw funds when and how I want? Yes, you can withdraw some funds whenever you want. Whenever you want. And how I want. Well, how you want. We refund people based on how they invested. So if you send a wire transfer, we would send you back funds as a wire transfer as well. If you send us some Bitcoin initially, we will send you back some Bitcoin. Why? It's just for money laundering. So we need to be sure that the origin of funds, and when we send them back, they are the way they want. Not the way they want, they are the same way. Now, can I withdraw funds when I want? Of course, the thing is we just need to follow the contract. Okay, so if the contract is saying, okay, you have a kind of lock period for 6 months, then you need to keep the funds for 6 months, for the reason I was saying before. Because when we buy some machine, if we just have to sell them right after because you change your mind, it's very difficult. And in this case, you should not also expect to get back all your funds, which is normal, of course. Like you always need to consider Summit Mining as if you were doing everything by yourself, okay, instead of doing with Summit Mining. So you invest in mining machines for $10,000 and you buy machines from China, for example, and you are in the US. It's just an example. So if your budget is 10,000, you will not be able to buy $10,000 of machines, of course, because you will have shipping, taxes, and all these things. So maybe you will spend, I don't know, between $5,000 and $6,000 of machines, and the rest, 5,000, will be just taxes, shipping, these, that, like different insurance as well. So in the end, you only own $5,000 or $6,000 of machines. So if you want to sell them right away, well, you get back what, 5,000 or 6,000. So it's the same with us. So if you want to withdraw some funds at any time, we will have to value all these things. But otherwise, yes, of course, it is possible. Yes. What happens concretely if I want to stop? Well, that's what I just explained. So you send us an email, and we have 30 days to refund you. Okay, and that's the same contractually agreed. It's written, so nothing nothing we invent there. And we send you the funds exactly the way they arrive to us. And you stop mining on the day we agree on the price that that you will get back. Is it possible to reinvest the mined funds? Yes, it's one of the payment option, and it's the one which is by default now, because if you say, for example, look, Matt, I want to receive all the mined coins. So at the moment, the 5 cryptocurrencies on my wallets. We say, okay. But if you don't give us those wallets, because we need the wallet address, if we don't know it, what do we do with the funds? We are not allowed as this investment entity to keep your funds forever, okay? And in the past, we had some people, they were saying, okay, yes, I want the funds, but there were some missing wallets. For example, Ethereum, because we introduced crypto mining of different coins little by little. And at some point, we started to mine some Ethereum, and we never got some Ethereum addresses. So because we are not allowed to keep this Ethereum just and wait that you come back to us, because we are sending emails, we just decided to start reinvesting them, because we are just not allowed to do that. So by default now, if we don't have your wallets up, we reinvest automatically, which is not a problem, but like that, you know. Can I receive my mined cryptocurrencies wherever I want? Yes, absolutely. You just tell us. You just tell us. It can be on a trading platform. It can be on a wallet. It can be on whatever you want. We just don't pay in fiat. So fiat is euros or dollars. Just as well for money laundering reason, we are not allowed to do this. But yes, you can receive. The thing is, depending on where you want to receive those funds, you will have to be careful, because some wallets, they don't accept this crypto. This one, they don't accept this one. So we recommend some of them for you, of course. But if you want to use something else, I would say it's at your own risk. Okay. I don't know, or almost don't know anything. I don't know nothing. I know almost nothing about crypto. Are you going to help me? Yes, of course. We are going to help you. We are there for this, and we know that it's not necessarily simple to understand everything. So yes, we are here to help. We have some clients that range from 18 years old to well, confidential, but more than 75 years old. So you will manage it anyway. I don't have a wallet, and I imagine that I need one. Can you advise me one? So yes, here you have one. It's a nano ledger. Okay, so this is a kind of wallet. So we have different one. One can be on a phone. So it's just a software that you install, or we have this kind. So this one is not even open. I can open it. You see, it's this kind. Oh, and it looks like what? Looks like this. Okay, so it's a physical hardware. You see, it looks like that. And with this thing, you have a code and like different things, and you can secure your crypto on that. So this one, of course, it's paid. You need to purchase it because you can see it's physical, and there are some on a trading platform. So you can send funds on trading platform, even if it's not like 100% recommended, or to install some wallets on your computer. Okay, we use one that we like a lot. It's called Exodus. But like you need to follow the proper link because there are a lot of fake application and stuff. So we are here as well to tell you which one you should use and not use, and then you have to be careful. Even this ledger, there was a hack like 1 year ago. It was not a hack of the device. You can't really hack the device, and that's why it's very, very secure. But they hacked the the database and of Ledger, which is the company producing this kind of device. And the thing is that the email addresses of every client and every prospect has leaked. And the problem is that now we have some of our own clients, and me, I'm the first as well, because I'm a client of them, receive some phishing emails. So like pretending that my funds with this wallet are not safe and that I need to give a code and. But if you do that, you lose all your funds. So the crypto industry is very, very tricky. You have to be extremely careful on with what you do. Like the device itself, again, is very safe. But now that like the guys try to get your secret codes to access your funds, so have to be very careful. But it's not just this one. It just happened to those guys, but it can be any other company. So have to be careful. But in any case, it's a good one. It's a good one. There's also so Exodus. I was saying you have Atomic Wallet. You can leave some funds of trending platform like Kraken. What else? Well, you have different. Trezor is a very good one as well. Very simple. It's the one I prefer now. Um, it's a bit more expensive. This one would be about $60. You have a better one, which is 100 or $120. Then you have a Trezor. It's another brand, $150. Very, very simple to use. You plug. There's nothing to configure. This one is a bit more tricky to configure. Yeah. What is the best wallet to secure my cryptocurrencies? So I answered it a little bit with the previous question, actually. So Ledger is quite good. Trezor, Exodus, there are some very good ones. Then you can check also the videos that I prepared about it, because I explained already what are the best one. And so what's the difference between this one, Exodus and everything. So there's a video on YouTube, on our channel, explaining this. Do you have any book to recommend me? Yes, I have one here that I keep with me pretty much all the time, actually. It's called The Crypto MBA. I don't see what we see. The Crypto MBA, and it was written by Frederick Bonelli. And it's very interesting because, well, first you can see it's quite thick. It looks really, really nice. It's really well done. But on top of that, it's very interesting. It explains very, very well. So you don't need to have any, let's say, knowledge. It's for beginners, basically. It's really, really for beginners, and you can understand everything. So you can buy it on their website. And we actually have a promo code, which is Summit Mining, all in capital, no space, Summit Mining, and you get 30% off. We don't get anything from that. It's just that, so I appreciate the guy a lot. We are partners in something else. And I was thinking, okay, well, if you can give something from my community, not for me, I will get nothing from it, but like my community can be very interesting with that, with this book. And he said, yes, so I can give a 30%. I say, yes, okay, that's perfect for me. I don't want to get anything from that, because in any case, if we sell 100 or 1,000, if I get 1 or 2 euros, it doesn't change anything. But I'm very happy to, well, to know personally Fred. So you can use this code, and believe me, this this book is very, very good. Very covers a larger range of things. Next, what trading platform do you recommend? So I would recommend to use Kraken, which is quite simple to use, not really for trading, like more for exchanging cryptos. What else I would say? Binance, which is the leader now, it's number one, so you can use it. It's very secure as well. That would be the two I would recommend, especially that Binance, you can have a lot and lots and lots of lots and lots of cryptocurrency you can buy and sell. I have I have a link like to to get like affiliate link, but I don't know. I think I will have no space under the video to leave it for you. And again, I don't really mind to get a commission on this. So it's you can just go on Binance if you want and just open an account there. Same with Kraken. Actually, what can be good is to open different accounts with different platforms like that. If you have a problem with one, you still have the other one, and you do that at the same time on the same day. Like that, okay, you forget about that. It's like when you eat your frog. I don't know if you know this thing or the book. You do things that you don't like. Up, you put your details and everything, and like that. Up, it's all done, and you forget about it. Your account is fully verified. Can I contribute to the park by plugging in my machines at your place? No, for the same reason as before, a little bit like can you buy my machine? The thing is that if you plug your machines at our place, they are not connected to our pool. So how are we gonna know how much they produce exactly? So that's the first thing, because we need to share this with the other clients. And the other clients, they are owners of the machines. So if they are owner of the machines, how do we distribute the machines that you just plug, because they belong just to you? So it's very complex. It's not really what we do. And well, yes, just too complex. If something happens to me, will my children be able to recover my account? Well, anyone can recover your account, but you need to share with them your details, and you will have to check with your lawyers if something happens to you. Well, do check before, obviously, to see who will be allowed from a legal point of view to access your account and to get back the funds if needed or something, because we are not allowed to tell you what to do. Or if you say, okay, I want the funds to go to my children, it's not our decision to do that. If from a legal point of view in your country, nothing should go to your children, but only to your wife or your husband or your parents. I don't know how it can work, but you need to check with your lawyer before something happens to you, how it works exactly for your own situation. Do you have a referral system or an affiliate program? Yes, we have both. You can contact us for that. So basically, well, yes, just contact us and we will tell you everything. Where is the company registered and why? So the company is registered in Dublin, in Ireland. And why? Because I've been living there for 10 years. So that's where I became a financial trader. So I just decided like to keep the company there. So there's no well, it's just easy. And actually, if you really take a look at the company, before it was another company, we just renamed it because the company I had before, I stopped using it because it didn't go well. So we never made any money from that, like never a single sale. And instead of closing the company, which cost more money, so when you already made no sale, you don't want to spend 1,000 or 2,000 more. So I kept the company open, which cost nothing. And I was thinking, okay, anyway, one day I will need another company. I don't know what, and I don't know for what. So we just keep it, rename it, change the status and everything, and just have a company ready straight away, rather than going through the process of closing the first one, reopening a new one, paying again and again. So here we just paid, I think, 20 or 50 euros to change the status and the company name and everything. So if you actually check the company, it was registered, I think, in 2014, but Summit is only 2 years old. So that's the reason. That's the reason. Next, where is your bank account located and why? So it's located in France, actually. Why? Because we were kicked out of Dublin for crypto business. They didn't want to open any account for us. We checked, we checked pretty much everywhere in Europe, and the thing is that we don't have any contact who could help us to open an account. So we ended up with finding one company who was happy to work with us, because of course everything is clean, everything is transparent and everything, but look, they don't want. So we found this company, not a company, this bank, it's a bank from Luxembourg, which has some branches in France, and we just opened an account with them, and yeah. So that's the reason. How is it going between Summit Mining and the banks? Well, it's going not so well, for the reason I was explaining. So we are happy to have found this partner in France, but it's difficult. They don't want to open. They are not crypto friendly. The problem is that I think it's a question of money laundering. They don't want to put their nose in this thing. There are some of them, they are crypto friendly, but just for individuals. That's the problem. There are plenty of crypto friendly banks now, but just if you're an individual, and that's why it was so difficult to find a bank. Next, how many members are there in the team? We are 12 today. We have technicians, we have some developers, we have 4 or 5 people at the customer support. We have Tatiana, who is managing all operations, me with CEO. We have some person with the finance, person with the social media. Well, we are a small growing team. Would it be possible to have a team member on the phone? Yes. Well, you have already all these questions that are there to help you, to save you time as well, because if the question is here, well, it saves you time. But if you still have some question or something, of course, you can give us a call. The thing is that you need to take an appointment. Okay, it's not that's the way we work. So you would send us a message, we would send you our availability, and then you pick a date that is convenient for you. What are weekly lives? So weekly lives, I just explained briefly before with the Discord. So weekly lives every Wednesday evening. Well, if you are in Europe, at least you have a weekly live, and this weekly live, it's a presentation of what Summit Mining has been doing since the previous week. Okay, so every week we have this live, and it's been more than a year now, or 1 year, that we are doing it every week, and we explain what we do. So we bought the machines, we didn't buy, they are installed, they are not installed, they are shipped, they are received, they are this, they are that, they are faulty. We made some money, we do that. So it's really a sum up on some explanation about what the company is doing. It's not like about what's happening in the world. Like you have some amazing crypto media for that, but so we are not discussing this. And so that's the first part of the live. And the second part is what? It's a Q&A. So you can ask some question, even if you cannot attend. You have a section. You could see maybe on the Discord that I was showing in the private section. You have questions for live. There was a channel called like this, and you can put there the questions you want to ask for the next live. You cannot attend. Well, even if you can attend, it's better to have all the questions before, and then I answer those questions. So if you think that it's a question which can be interesting for everyone, and not just you, like with your personal situation, then you can ask it there, and I will answer it during this live. And then, of course, you have a replay with all the questions, all the replays of the previous months are there. And that's yes, last thing. So last thing with this is that it's confidential, of course. So it's just for the clients. Next question. Is it the right time to invest, or is it better to wait for prices to drop? Well, the thing is, I think it's always the good time to invest before the price jumps really to the moon, which is a high risk. It's a high risk well for you if you are not there yet. The thing with a drop is that people always wait for a drop, and the thing when you wait for a drop, well, maybe it will happen and you will jump in, but again, that's why trading as well is difficult, because most people they could see the price at 10,000 before, and they say, well, $10,000 for the Bitcoin is too high. I'm gonna wait for the price to drop to 5. And when the price actually did drop to 5, they were I'm gonna wait at 3, and well, price went down to 50, and they never bought. So first, you need to be extremely how to say, strict with yourself if you wait for something. But in the term of Summit mining, it doesn't make any difference, because we will buy some machine every month, and the more you wait, well, the less you make, because you miss 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 months. And the last thing I wanted to say about this is that today the price of Bitcoin is 50,000. You have no clue if it's gonna drop to 30 in the coming weeks, or if it's just gonna go to 100K straight away and then drop to 70, for example, 70,000. So yes, you will have a drop of 30% from 100,000 to 70,000. It's an example, of course, but now it's 50, so you better invest now. Well, that's the thing. You don't know what's gonna happen, and because it's passive, I mean, with Summit, well, it's better to invest before price jump somewhere, because you have no clue what's gonna happen. Which bank do you recommend me to receive or send some funds? So you need a crypto-friendly bank. That's the first. Well, you don't need a crypto-friendly bank. You can use any bank you want, but they might ask you, what is it? Why you send this? Why you send that? Can you prove? So there are some banks that are a little bit more friendly than others. For example, in Europe, you have, I think, Revolut, N26 as well. There are some banks like TransferWise who are not, they are not crypto friendly at all, and they are so much not crypto friendly that they prevent our clients from sending funds to us. So they block the payments. So you can just try with your bank and you see, and if it doesn't work, you can try with another neobank and see what's happening. Do you think that Bitcoin will go up? Yes, I do. I do think if you go to our website, we have an ebook that you can download for free. It explains you why I think Bitcoin will go up. So it was written 1 year ago, so now it's a little bit outdated, but still it shows what I was thinking at the time. And I mean, me and my team, and what actually happened, and it's happening exactly what I was thinking. So I'm not like a genius or everything. I just check, okay, what are the facts and what can happen based on that. Then you have a crypto approach, trading approach, sorry, and this trading approach tells me that the price should keep going up. So I think, yes, Bitcoin will keep going up, but how it is going to go up and down and then up again, I'm not too sure. I don't know exactly about that. And that's why I like also investing in Summit mining, because in Summit mining, well, you just wait, up, it goes up, down, and down, and you don't have the stress to wonder when is it gonna go up. Well, even if it doesn't go up right now, you wait, and you get some incomes. So I think it's an interesting approach, because the trading approach, it goes up, oh, you buy and you buy at the top and crack, it goes down, fuck, I bought there, I should have sold. Then here it goes down and down, so you sell, and up it goes up, and you're so a bit difficult. Next, is there any insurance in case of theft of a fire? Yes, there are some, not everywhere. We have some with some partners. So some partners, they have for them. And for us, we have some insurance by ourselves on top of the one of the partners. So we try to get as much as we can. The thing is that we have really two types of equipment, let's say, of mining machines. The first one, there would be the physical machines that I was showing some pictures before. So it is a machine you plug, talk, voilà. And then we have the graphics cards. It's a different way of mining, and those graphics cards, they are the same as you can put in a computer to play games or just to show display. You know, every computer has a graphics card. And the thing is that those ones, they are like traditional equipment, like hardware equipment. So the insurance companies, they are okay to insure this kind of equipment, and we have lots of them. But for some others, the mining machines that are called ASIC miners, it's more difficult. So we rely on the insurance of our partners. And that's also why, on top of that, we try not to put too many machines at the same place in case something happens. What happens in the event of a drop in crypto? So worst case scenario, we are going to unplug the machines because it's not going to be profitable any longer for a while, and we're just going to wait. If you check the yields, like this table that I've shown you 20 times, you can see that at some point the yield was not so high. Okay, it was not so high. It was still positive because not because we are amazing, but because we are buying new miners of new generations that are profitable. So it allowed the yield to stay positive, but it can go even lower, and at some point, okay, no machine at all is positive and produce some yes, positive income. So in this case, we're just gonna unplug everything, and we're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait to see wait for the price to go up again, because you need to remember something, is that if you are interested in investing with us, the main thing you need to keep in mind, and the main thing you need to believe as well, is that the price of crypto will go up over the time. Okay, it's like if you say, look, I'm investing in stocks, but I don't think the price will go up. There's no point. So if you invest with us, you must start from the hypothesis that the price is not going to crash to zero, because if it does, well, everyone will lose money, and that's the end of crypto and the end of the world for this. But if you believe in crypto, even if there's a drop, and even if this drop is 1 year or 2 years, well, you just wait. And anyway, there will be some new opportunities, because you remember what I was saying about this big pie? If everyone is not profitable, would you still have transactions to manage? People will still exchange cryptos between each other. So you will still have a pie to share. And there will be much less miners getting some pieces of this pie. And if so, it means that you will get much more crypto, okay, if you keep mining. Much more crypto that are worth less, but still it will be at some point enough to break even and to be profitable again before everyone else. So it's not the end of the world. It can happen, and it's an investment, and that's why we recommend you to put amounts that you are confident with, and whatever. Next, what if something happens to you? So to me personally. So we have a team, you see, we have a team which is growing. We are working with lawyers as well. We are working with different institutions to make sure that if something happens, everything can keep running, if it's me or someone else. And we are getting some regulations as well. We're trying to get a regulation at the moment, like to strengthen on top of that this security if something happens to me. Are you regulated by a market authority? So that, that's what I just explained. Yes, so we are not regulated yet, but we are at the moment starting the process to apply for this market regulation in France, which is quite strict. So it's good to have it. So on top of that, in 1 or 2 years, it will be mandatory. So we want to go ahead with that. Why it's not mandatory right now? Because our company is not based in France, but most of our clients are French speakers based in France. So at some point, we will need, in any case, to have this regulation because we are managing quite a lot of funds. And we want to have it not just like because it's mandatory, but also it's a good way to show the trust and to show the transparency, because you need some audits, you need plenty of things and documents and stuff that they ask, and obviously you cannot run a scam or whatever if you have this regulation. So we are working at the moment with the best crypto lawyer, what it's called, office? No, I don't know, bureau, well, company, let's say, in France, who is specialized in cryptocurrencies and blockchain questions. So we work with them because they know everything about this, and they will help us, and they are helping us actually gathering all information for this market authority, which is called AMF. Can we reconfigure the mining machines? No, you can't. So you can reconfigure the graphics cards. Okay, it is possible, but the ASIC miners, those machines, the blocks, you can't. So yeah. So if we have a problem with a crypto that we mine with GPUs, which is those graphics cards, then yes, it will be possible to mine another cryptocurrency. What will happen when ETH will change to proof of stake, ETH 2.0? So we will be able to reconfigure the cards and mine another cryptocurrency because it will not be possible to mine Ethereum any longer, and it might happen quite soon because of different reasons. So we will just switch to another crypto. That's it. And you need to know that Bitcoin, for example, it's not going to happen. It is not possible that Bitcoin switch to another algorithm. Just for the people who are interested in a proof of stake and what it is, if you didn't see some other videos that I prepared, you have two, let's say, mining systems. The first one is the proof of work, and the second is proof of stake. And at the moment, ETH is proof of work. Proof of work, what it is, it's a proof that the machine did work and made some calculation. Okay, so it's basically a machine that is calculating, and that's what is the traditional mining. You have machines, they are calculating, they are working like that. So it's proof of work. And you can oppose this to proof of stake. And this proof of stake, you just need to own and stake the coins. You own some ETH, for example, and you do nothing. And there's another process of mining which is taking place. And basically, you don't need those super calculators. And ETH is using proof of work at the moment, and they want to move to proof of stake for different reasons. Again, I'm not going to go too much in details here. And they want to make this move, but it's only ETH. No other cryptocurrency that we mine will be able to do that. So we just have this. It's not a real problem, but it's a thing with ETH. And we will be able anyway to mine some other cryptocurrencies with the same hardware. Next question, it's many questions. What will happen when all the Bitcoins will have been mined? It will happen that you will still have people making transactions in any case, and there will be some transaction fees, and those fees, they will still go to the Bitcoin miners. And just for your information, they will all be mined in about 100 years. So we still have a bit of time. Even if you watch this video in 10 years, it will still be around 100 years. So this will be still okay. Do you think mining is going to exist in the future? Well, yes, it will exist. It will exist in the future because you will still have those crypto exchange that people exchanging and sending cryptos to each other in the future. And what I was saying as a complement of the previous answer is that so I forgot what I wanted to say. Well, I forgot. Anyway, yes, I think it will still be there in the future. You will still have the miner, and we will be able to reconfigure all the machines if some are going from proof of work to proof of stake. Next, how do you fit compared to the competitors? So I explained already. Most of the competitors they do cloud mining, so they rent out some hashing power, some computational power to you. And some other, what they do, they are selling you the mining machines directly. So you go, it's a shopping cart, okay, you buy, you say, okay, I want this one, and you ship it to your house or to a mining farm that they own or that they rent out as well. But the thing is, we go back to all the problems we may have or you may have if you just buy your own mining machines, and we discussed them before. So I'm not gonna go again into this. Yeah, that's the main difference. So why don't they do like you? Because what we do is not the most profitable approach for a company. And the thing is that we get money on the amount that you mine. And if you remember, I said that if you are not profitable because the mining is not profitable, because we take a commission on what you make. In this case, we will not make money. And there's no company in the world that accept this kind of situation. You don't have companies that just take like this, or maybe one or two, but I don't have any in mind at least. We just say, okay, you can, if you make money, we make money, and if you don't, we don't. No, it doesn't really work like that. Because the companies, they don't want to take the risk. Okay, so they don't want to take the risk, so they are not going to do what we are doing like that. It's much more profitable to sell you some Bitcoin miners, and it's much easier for them to manage that, because they don't have any account to give you back. Let's how to say exactly. If your machine is broken, well, look, it's broken. You bought the machine. That's life. You see. So it's another approach. It's another approach, and our approach is not as much profitable, but we did it in for a different reason. I think it's one of the last questions. I will explain why we did it in such a way, and we want to keep it in such a way, even if it's maybe not the most profitable. As we grow, we will make anyway some profit. We do make profits, so we are not like in a rush to make 10 million per month. No. So okay, just need to be reasonable and everything, and it's going to work perfectly fine like that. But you know, in crypto, many companies, they want to make as much as possible right now because the future is uncertain. So yeah. Anyway, everyone his own business. Next, how do halvings impact mining? So halving, to make it very short, halving, you have so when Bitcoin was created, every 10 minutes, the miners, they were receiving first the commissions, but there was no transaction. So how could miners receive commission if there was no transactions when Bitcoin was invented? Because on top of that, every 10 minutes, they were receiving 50 Bitcoins, okay? 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. It was like that for 4 years. I make it very short and simple. Then so they were receiving 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes, plus the commissions, when started to have some commissions. Then they received half. That's what is a halving. Halving is a reduction by half of the mining reward. And this mining reward was 50, and then it became 25. And then 4 years later, it became half of it, so 12.5, and then 6.25, and so on, and so on, and so on. So maybe you know, but there will be no more than 21 million Bitcoins issued. Why? And because of this rule. Because if you issue like that every 10 minutes, 50 Bitcoins, and then you reduce by half every 4 years, then you will have a maximum of 21 million every in 100 years, okay? And those Bitcoins, they are rewarded on top of the transaction fees to the miners, okay? So I was saying it's just transaction fees so far, but the truth is that you have two rewards every 10 minutes for the miners, okay? And how do this halving impact mining? It impacts mining because every 4 years, well, you receive less and less and less and less and less. So the transaction fees are increasing. The number of transactions is increasing as well. So you have a compensation as well. And there was a halving. It was, I think, in May 2020 last year. Yes, I think it was, yes, the 11th of May. And there was a reduction of mining. So we went from 25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes to 12.5. But you see that the yield was remaining pretty much the same then over the time, because then the market adjusts, you have suddenly less pie, but you have less people as well. And then you have more powerful machine. So in the end, the impact is not so visible. It's not so visible because the market adapts to this new yield. They sell machines at a lower price. Well, there are different ways to do that. Next, what happens to my machines if you go bankrupt? So the first thing is we are not really likely to go bankrupt because we run on a very, very low cost. So we have just salaries and basically that's it, because everything we have is delegated. This delegation is paid in the electricity. And the machines, they belong to you. So if you see, we don't have any office, so there's no point, okay? Like, so some guys could say, oh, what is that company with no office? I think with the COVID crisis, we could see that it's not necessary to have offices. Even massive companies, in the end, they adapted to be able to work from home or from anywhere, and that's the same for us. Why would we pay some offices for what actually? The people that are actually working in Summit Mining, they are working in different countries, and so we don't really need for now, at least we don't have billions, but we don't need any office. So our costs are very, very low, and because of that, it's very unlikely that we go bankrupt. But if it had to happen, let's say, the machines, they still belong to you. Contractually they belong to you, so they are not in our accountancy. They belong to you. Well, I think they are not. I don't know exactly how they put it. But in any case, they belong to you. They belong to you. So we can't just run away with the machines or do anything with that. So if we go bankrupt, we will refund everyone based on how much they worth, and we will stop the service. But that's really a worst case scenario. You see, I was not really prepared for this question because don't think it can happen. Next, what happens if no more investors want to join Summit Mining? Well, nothing. It's like we don't need to have new investors to join Summit Mining to have more funds. If we have a mining park at the moment, which is running well, and if investors don't want to join, well, they don't join, and that's it. We keep, let's say, the old machines, and we mine the best that we do with our old machines. And that's fine, because that's what you would do if you were not investing with us. You would buy your own machines by yourself, pick which one and where to put and everything. And that would be the same as you don't put new funds in there. You would have your machines that are getting older and older, and at some point you would resell them or throw them away or do I don't know what. You see, so it's exactly the same. We don't need to have new investors to buy new machines. Of course, it's better, but it's not an obligation. And if it should this happen, well, we would just keep mining with what we have. Next, will I become rich with mining? Rich, it's a big word, and I don't really like, I don't want to sell any dreams or say, yes, you will get super rich like every, like many guys do on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. We do our best to make as much money as possible for you. but with the compound interest, you can get quite a lot of money. If you start with 2000, I think, so I made a mistake once, but I think after 12 years or something like that, if you invest 2000 and you reinvest 5% of it that you mine every month on average, it's an example, over 12 years, you already have 60,000, and just with reinvesting like that. It's big, it's compound interest, month over month over month over month, and that's what Einstein was saying. It's one of the wonders of the world. So you can get quite a lot of money, but you see, I think it's today you get 5, 6, 10, 15% with us. You can think, look, it's massive. No, it cannot be true, or this kind of thing. But look at the Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin went up by 5 times. Like it was 10,000, it's 15,000, 50,000, 50, 50 in 5 months or 4 months. So with our 10, 15%, it's much less. You see. It's much less, but when the price of Bitcoin drops, we are still making money. And if you buy Bitcoin at the top and it drops, you lose money. So that's also why it's smoothing out the incomes. And then the incomes that we have, remember what I said, if you keep them and price of Bitcoin goes up, you still make more money with that. So there's a good way that you become, I don't know if you become rich, but you make good money. And for the people who invest 100,000 or more, there's good returns that can be made. Why did you launch Summit Mining? So it's a good question. So I was how did it work? It's a little bit the story of Summit Mining. So I heard about crypto first time. I think it was in 2013, and it was with my boss. He was telling me, "Oh, have you heard about Bitcoin?" And we were searching together some information, but it was not too clear. It's very complicated, especially at that time. Everything was not explained clearly with the private key, the wallet, the public key, the exchange stuff, this, like very, very complicated. The technology, the blockchain, the blocks, the halving, like just a mess. And after a while, I said, well, I'm too complicated. I don't understand anything. I'm gonna give up on this. And then I decided to come back on crypto in 2017. And there I say, okay, it seems interesting, but I need either to get interested in this right now or never, because if I don't do that now, I will never invest. So I decided to start getting more interested, and I decided to start investing in crypto. Okay, and I said that during this presentation that I like investing in real estate. And in real estate, you work a lot to find some properties, renovate and everything, and then you have some passive incomes, like more or less passive. And I was wondering, is it something that is feasible as well with cryptocurrencies? So I was searching passive income, crypto, and I heard about mining, that it was actually something interesting. So I started to get more and more interested in that, and I started to buy some mining machines. But I did that in Russia. Why? Because in Europe, we explained it as well, price for electricity is too expensive. So I was thinking, okay, if I buy some machines and then I leave them in Europe, I'm going to pay a huge price. It's not going to be profitable. It's going to be tricky. And so I decided to first buy the real first machine in Russia. And I bought more and more and more and more and more because it was profitable and it was working the way I expected to work. So I invested more and more money. And beginning of 2019, I have a friend who wanted to invest in something, but he didn't have too much fun. And he wanted to invest in something, and he asked me, because he knows that I'm investing in plenty of stuff. He asked me if I know some good investments with not so much money, and that's when I told him, well, look, I bought some mining machines, and I said, well, what is it, mining machine? I don't know anything about Bitcoin and stuff. I said, look, those machines, they do this and that. And if you want, I can buy some for you, and I run them the same as if they were mine. And on top of that, I can have some good prices because I buy them abroad, and I buy lots of them, so I can have like wholesale prices. And the guy said, yes, okay, okay, okay. Well, okay. Well, I trust you. How much you need for that? And I said, well, the good amount would be between 2 and 3 thousand euros, because it allows us to buy 2, 3 machines, which are good machines, and to start making some interesting return on investment. And I said, okay, let's do that. So I started some in mining like that, and then I told some other friends that I was doing that for one guy, and they asked me to do the same for them. So I started to collect some funds like that, and at some point I was thinking, okay, we need to set up a company, because I don't want to keep doing that like this. We need to have some contracts and everything, and then I set up officially the company. Um, Also, what you need to see, and maybe you understood that, is that at the very beginning, when someone was coming to me saying, okay, here is, it's an example, 10,000 euros, I was buying for him 10 machines at €1, 1,000 euro each, okay, including fees and blah, blah, blah. So let's imagine you invest 10,000, you get 10 machines at 1K each. Um, so that's what we were doing. So the machines, they were nominative. You were investing and you own 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 machines. Okay, they were not shared with everyone. And the problem is that the price of machines over time went up, down, up, down, up, down. So a person who would invest 10,000 the following months could get only 8 machines, for example, and the months after only 7, but the exact same machine. Just the price of machine goes up. So with 10,000, you can buy less machines. And because all these people, they were my friends, it was quite difficult to explain them the story, because that's the thing, like that's the market. I can't change the market, even if I have better price than anyone else. um, it's difficult. It's like stocks, huh? If you buy stocks at $10 and then they're worth $15, at some point you can't you have to pay the market price. And to me, it was problematic. It was problematic because I wanted, well, that the system was fair for everyone. We were doing our best, trying to buy the best machine to be put at the best locations. But it was getting difficult. On top of that, sometimes we had some Bitcoin machines available, and then sometimes only Zcash machines. And so it means we had some clients with $10,000, they had 10 Bitcoin machines. Again, it's an example on the price. And another one, it had 6 Zcash machine. And the yield at the end of the month was different, because the yield for mining Bitcoin and mining Zcash was different at that time. So it was just a mess, and I was feeling a bit bad about it, even if that's what competitors do. You see, they don't care. They sell you the machine, and voila, you have what you get. Um, to me, it was a problem. So what I decided to do is to try to invent a system where everything would be, let's say, fair for everyone. So if you invest 10,000 today, or 6 months ago, or in 6 months, the yield would be the same for everyone. And the only way we found, the only solution we found was actually to make a community system, like to share everything. We share all the machines, we share all the profits, we share all the costs, and what's left at the end of the months, we share depending on how much was invested by everyone. Like that, you don't have a lucky guy, unlucky guy, someone jealous. Oh, he's making more than me. I invested the same. No, it's okay. It's the same yield for everyone, and like that. We could also share all the profits crypto per crypto, and all the costs crypto per crypto. And the same, because remember when I was buying some machines for my friends, and I remember one time we had the thing is that we could buy 2 machines for one of my friends, um, and one of them broke, which is life, it broke. And another friend at the same day, we bought as well 2 machines, and his 2 machines were working fine. And the 2 machines of my friend, one of them was not working, so he was making half of the money he could have made if everything was working fine. So that was really problematic. And all these issues that we had, they just got resolved like that. Well, we got new issues with different things, but at least the thing was clear and fair and ethical for everyone. And that's how Summit was launched, and how it evolved to something from, let's say, individual mining to a community or shared mining. It's like a mining pool, basically, that we created, and we are the only one in the world now doing this thing. And I explained why before, because it's not it's risky, more risky for us, and not as profitable as doing some other business models. But we don't care. We don't care, because we did it at first. I did it at first to help my friends get a bit of income. I was taking a percentage on it, and that was the point, because I told them, I said, look, you need to remember how it started. You see, it was for my friends. So my friend, I told them, look, I'm going to do my best to buy you the machines, and I'll get a commission on what I can make for you. So if you make money, I will take something, and if I can't, well, we will see what we do. But I'm not going to ask you some money every month. You see, because it was just not fair. So we just kept this concept for the new, let's say, summit mining. That's that's the end. That's the end. It was quite a long discussion. I'm gonna check in the live chat if there's some question, if some people are still there. So yes, I can see a few questions, not so many actually. I think thank you, Matt, for answering all these questions. It was amazing. Thank you. Thanks for such a great opportunity. Thank you. Wait, let me. The dashboard looks good. Do you have an app as well? So we don't have an application, but this dashboard that you see is accessible on internet, and it's accessible as well on mobile format. So you don't really need an app, because anyway, it's just to check what's happening. You can't really interact too much with it for now, but maybe at some point, yes, we will launch an app. But for now, we don't really need. Second question, let me check. Thank you. How can I say that I want to reinvest every month? So far you had to send us an email saying, okay, Matt, I want to reinvest, or this time I want to get all my crypto. Now I want this, and you can change your opinion every month. Now with this dashboard, we are like testing today, actually today, the release of this new feature where you will be able to do that by yourself directly on the dashboard. So it should be ready by next week. For everyone, basically, to change by himself, by herself, everything you want. Next question. Can I receive only Dash? No, at the moment it's one of the options. You can receive only Bitcoin if you want, only USDT if you want, but not only Dash. So why you may ask. The reason is that, well, you see Dash, we mine it very little of it. So if we want to send you only Dash, we would need to convert your Bitcoin in Dash. We would need to convert your Ethereum that you mine in Dash, the Litecoin in Dash, and the Zcash in Dash. So it's 4 transactions that we will have to convert to send you only Dash. And if we do that for thousands of clients, that's a big issue, because there's maybe not the liquidity on the market. Maybe not the liquidity on the market. to buy so many Dash, because if we don't mine it, we need to buy it if we want to send you only that. So what we do, it's very, very difficult, because we're gonna pay a disgusting price. We're gonna have fees on top of that. So it's not a good idea, and it's first not really feasible. In Bitcoin, it's different because you have a lot of liquidity. So if you want everything only in Bitcoin, we can convert everything in Bitcoin, and it's much easier, because we're not going to make the price of Bitcoin moving, even if we need to exchange, I don't know, 2, 3, 5, $1 million of Bitcoin. There will be a small fee, of course, but not as much, far away from Dash. Same if we want to send you only USDT, it's easier because we can convert everything in USDT, yeah, and just send you this. So that's why you cannot. We restrict the options. But if you want only Dash, well, look, you can say, okay, Matt, I want to receive only Bitcoin, and we send you Bitcoin, and then you transform it into Dash. You see, you can do that. You can transform it into euros, into dollars, into whatever you want, or just keep it and wait. Last question. What is the minimum to reinvest every month? So I answered this question before. Maybe you missed this time when I answered that. So the minimum to reinvest every month is 100 euros. Okay, it's the equivalent of 100 euros. So you can send 100 to 5, 10, or whatever you want, or you can reinvest what was mined the previous months, because what you mine, it's already in our wallets. So even if it's $50, it's very simple. It doesn't take more time for us to process this information. But if you send us some funds, some euros, for example, for less than 100, doesn't really make sense for us, with all the process we have to do and verifying where the funds are coming from and everything. So that's the minimum. And since you are already a customer who invested at least 2,000, if you invest 100 euros more, it means that now you have 2,100. Then it makes sense to have a yield on this total amount, and not just on 100 euros. I'm gonna check if there are some other questions, but I don't see any. Thanks, Matt. Yes, thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's me who is thanking you for staying so much time. I can see it's already almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. So it was a quite long live. I'm going to show you now, if you want to get in touch with us. So we have the website, of course, email address, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can follow us. We make some competitions. We make different things. So just feel free to contact us. Try to subscribe, please, if you enjoyed this video to our channel, because I think we have 10 or 15 subscribers only, which is very, very little. So if you can put a like, at least, I know like everyone is asking you to put a like, share, and blah, blah, blah. But in our case, it would really, really help, like to maybe push this video a bit higher in YouTube. So feel free to join us. Also on Discord, I was explaining what you can do on Discord. Many things interesting. That's a very good place to to start if you don't know much about crypto. A very good place for this. Check the photos we have everywhere. And I want to thank you again for everything. I want to thank also the clients that we have already for their trust. It's thanks to you that we make such a great company as well. So thank you very much. And if you want to join us, well, you see what you have to do. And the best way is to go through the website and send us an email directly through the contact us page. Thank you very much. And I'll see you very, very soon for more content, more video, or more things. And voila. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.